Please welcome, with a warm Christ Church welcome, Carol Anderson and Jim Shores.
Oh, no, we appreciate you, absolutely. Okay, so if we're going to go over what we've talked about here. This year, you're ordering double the amount of grain. The first half of that order will reflect last year's prices, and the second half will reflect our 12% increase. No, this is great. This helps us on our fuel costs, so we both benefit here. Yeah. Come on in. Well, that's also... You mean about the delivery? Yes, well, that's another perk of doing it this way. Yes, you're at the top of the list. So we're looking at probably the beginning of August. All right, well, I will send this contract to you, and we'll just take it from there. All right, thank you very much. Oh, yes, I will tell Dad you called. Okay, bye-bye.
Hey.
Hey.
Missed you at the party.
I was working. The irrigation system was out again.
Oh, didn't know that.
Well, why would you? Yeah, I didn't even know there was a party till I came out of the fields. That was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, for me too.
Well, I bet.
I brought you some cake. It's chocolate. I know that used to be your favorite.
The cake was for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was chocolate, and I know you liked that, so I saved you a piece.
Right.
Let's put it over here. You can have it later. Wow. Can't get over all the changes. That grain barn, it's just huge. Oh, look at that. My old playhouse is still there.
Yeah, Dad wouldn't let them tear it down, so we had to build around it.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a pain. He also kept your room just like you left it.
I noticed.
Yeah, you might have been gone, but Dad made sure you weren't forgotten.
Look,
Don't.
I have to. You don't know how terrible I feel.
About what? Leaving or coming back?
Okay, maybe this isn't the best time to have this conversation.
No. No, this is great. No, really. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
And?
And,
I'm sorry, and what?
Hey,
did you notice the fields?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good harvest.
Oh, yeah, it looks it.
Yeah, I've spent about every day in those fields making sure of it, and when I haven't been in the fields, I've been here in the office.
You run the place now?
Dad runs the place. I just work very hard to help him. Very hard.
I know. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, like, I would imagine.
No, you don't know. You don't know anything. You haven't changed a bit.
That is not true. Look, I didn't expect things to be this way with Dad. For them to be so...
Easy?
That's not the word I was looking for.
Well, I don't know. Feasting, dancing, new clothes. It looks pretty easy to me.
It's not what I expected. It's not what I came home to offer.
To offer? To offer? Don't you mean owe? After what you put him through? You should have begged him to be on the lowest rung of the hired hands. You should have begged him to be able to sleep in the fields.
I know. That's what I came home to offer, to beg him to take me back, to do just that, to work in the fields for nothing, just so I could be near him again.
Well, good. Did you do it?
I tried, but he wouldn't let me get a word out. I mean, he came running to meet me, and he threw his arms around me. I kept trying to say to him, Dad, I've sinned against heaven. I've sinned against you. I'm not worth being called your son. But he was crying. He kept hugging me. I don't know if he heard what I said or not, but I did not ask for him to call me his son again. I didn't ask for any of this.
Well, isn't that nice that you got it anyways? Maybe I should do that, demand my inheritance, go off and squander it all, and then come running back. It's interesting that he's never thrown me a party for staying here. working in those miserable fields day after day, doing everything he wants, even before he asks for it.
Yeah, but Dad loves you. I mean, hadn't he told you that?
Yeah, he said it again tonight when I asked him what was up with that party.
Well, do you believe it?
Believe what?
That he loves you?
That's not the point.
What is the point?
The point is, what does that mean when you can go off and do whatever the heck you want, you come back? He says the same thing to you. It shouldn't work that way.
Okay, well, like, what if you did nothing?
What?
Yeah, what if you did nothing? You think he'd love you the same?
I can't even think like that.
You're his daughter. He loves you because you're his daughter. And despite what I've done, he loves me because I'm his son.
But I've been good. I have done everything. He can't love you more. He can't love you as much.
Why not? Look, there are consequences for what I've done, all right? I'm living with them every day. But he forgave me. Can't you understand what that means to me? He forgave me, and I know that he really does love me.
You know, I've got about like 4 more things on my list here that I need to do before I can go to bed.
All right, I'll go. Dad asked me to come hang out with him a little bit before he went to bed. Do you want to come join us?
And do what?
I don't know, just hang out.
No, tell Dad that I'm finishing up some things for him here.
All right. Well, good night.
Good night. In the story of the prodigal son, we so often think of the prodigal as the lost one. But in Jesus addressing this to some of the Pharisees in his crowd, where the elder son represented those who were the good people, who went to church, who did it all right, but were also lost.
There are periods, I was saying, where we realize we're a prodigal, but then I know from my own Christian walk, there are periods where I walk through my life and I go, I'm doing pretty good. I'm following the Lord. I really am doing well. I really don't have that much to be forgiven for this week or like this month. And you know, I've been working hard. I did this and I did that. And where is he? And why isn't he showing up? And I slowly get this numbing of my relationship with him and almost like a disappointment with him of like, I've done all these things for you. Where are you? You're not showing up the way I think you ought to. And then, of course, God will give me the blessing of having the scales fall from my eyes, and I'll realize I'm such a prodigal. You know, I need him so desperately. I need for him to come and pick me up. But there are those places in our Christian walk where we realize we're the prodigal, but there are those places where we realize that we have become numb and that we are the older brother. And the antidote for being the older brother is in this piece, the younger brother is saying, why don't you come hang out with us? And that's what God invites us to, is relationship with him. He created us to be in relationship with him. He died on the cross and paid the price for us so that we could be in relationship with him. What does it look like to practice the presence, to be in relationship with him, to walk around with him in our daily life? Go ahead. That's the antidote for being the older brother.
And one of the last things that Tim Keller said in that book that struck me was that one of the problems with the elder brother in this story, and which we tried to bring out in this scene, is the fact that the elder brother doesn't really believe that God loves him. And of course, that's what we all need to come home to, is the shepherd who seeks us passionately to bring us home where we belong, because he loves us so much and rejoices.
To make a monetary gift that supports the ministries of Christ Church Plano, visit christchurchplano.org.